Moving from federal wage system to general schedule. Our team from the HRD development from VISN A is composed by our Chief Marcus James, HRD Specialist Lisette Lima, Valerie McKinney, myself, Jose Nieves Lopez, Darlene Nolan, Angel Torres Morales, and Samantha Montalvo. If you have any question, you can contact us at visnahRD@va.gov. Learning objective. Upon completion of this training, participants will be able to identify the type of pay actions when moving from federal wage system to general schedule, identify whether a pay action is a promotion, change to lower grade, or reassignment, locate general schedule and federal wage system pay tables. General schedule positions. Which position are we talking about? The general schedule consists of the following occupations: professional, administrative, and clerical. Examples for professional occupations are psychologists, social workers, LPN, etc. Examples for administrative occupations are human resources, administrative officers, etc. And examples for clerical occupations are data entry clerks, etc. When referencing to GSPay, be sure to review VA Handbook 5007. GSPay Regulation 5 CFR also. In the 5 CFR, you will find the GSPay regulation if you look for the part of Chapter 1, Subchapter B, Part 530, all the way up to Part 551 will cover all about GSPay regulation. Pay schedule. Where do I find them? Okay, we have two options to find the pay schedule. The first one that I don't recommend usually because they don't have the pay tables most of the time updated. So in the Office of the Chief Human Capital Officer website, in the area of compensation SharePoint, you can find the pay schedule for both from GS and WS. So we're gonna look first for the GS. For the GA pay schedule, where do I find them? So I go to the page, I go down on the left side where it says General Schedule, GS. And when I click on that, you will see two subcategories. I don't recommend these subcategories because it does not have all the pay tables as you can find it in OPM. So to go to the OPM, you could go on OPM or through the same website of OSHO. You could go to down in the left side where say pay charts, and over there say OPM salaries and wages, and visit external link. Once you click that link, it will take you to the OPM web page and to the policy data oversight. On the policy data oversight, we go down to general schedule pay and locality pay tables. And you see here that you have 2023 GS pay tables. So in the GS pay table, you can see they have all the pay table from the nation. If you cannot find a pay table from Florida for a specific city or New York or other area, you will go to the rest of the United States. That includes the Caribbean. So here, like you can see, I highlighted the rest of the United States. So this is how that pay table looks. So a reminder that the GS pay system goes through the grade 1 through 15 and from step 1 through step 10. And the waiting period are from step 1 through step 4 is a 1 year waiting period. From step 4 to 7 is 2 year waiting period. And from step 7 through 10 is 3 years waiting period. Federal wage system occupations: housekeeping aide, plumber, electrician, carpenters, painter, food service worker, cook, truck driver, electronic equipment mechanics, etc. To find the federal wage system pay schedule, it doesn't matter if you go through OPM or to the OSHA webpage, it will lead you to the same page. So we're going through the OSHA webpage when you have to click on the current FW schedule, and it will take you to the DC Pay as Wage and Salary. This is the Department of Defense webpage. If you go to OPM, it will take you to this page. On this page, you will go to where you see the arrow that is pointing at AF wage schedule. So here's where you select your area. And you can see in the example, in the step 1, I put Florida, select the type of schedule, is regular area. Number 3 is wage area. And then you go through the wage area, I select Tampa. Since it's Florida, you could select Miami and other cities. And a schedule number also is Tampa. You go through the 3A, and the document time, you will select schedule, and the number 4, you will select the year of that pay table. This is the last updated pay table was June 14, 2022. When you click submit, here you have the FW pay schedule. This is how they look like. Here is a copy from Tampa, and the difference between the GS step and the GS and the WS steps are the waiting period. For example, the step on the WS are from step 1 through step 5. They don't have step 10 like the GS. The waiting periods are from step 1 to step 2 is 6-month waiting period. From step 3 are 18 months waiting period, and to go to step 4 and step 5 is 2-year waiting period. Okay, federal wage system to general schedule. When an employee moves from the FWS to GS, pay is set using GS pay setting rule. After pay is set, the action, promotion, change to lower grade, or reassignment is identified. You do not look representative rate when an employee goes from FWS to GS. To determine the annualized salary, multiply hourly rate times 2,087 hours, because this is a year of working hours. Step 2, compare the annualized salary into the GS locality rate range. And step 3, determine nature of action. When an employee moves from FW pay system, the GS pay system action taking place is identified after the pay is set. For example, for promotion, when an employee moves from FWS position to a GS position with an increase in pay of any amount, the move meets the regulatory definition of a GS promotion. Change to lower grade. When an employee is moved from a FWS position to a GS position with a decrease in pay of any amount, the move meets the regulatory definition of a GS change to lower grade. Reassignment, when an employee is moved from the FWS to GS position and there is no gain or loss in pay, the move is equivalent to a move at the same grade. Therefore, the action is called a reassignment. These reassignments do not occur very frequently since the rate in the GS and FWS pay chart rarely match. Here we have an example of an employee that moved from federal wage system to general schedule. Julia is a WG5 Step 4 employee in Tampa, Florida. She has accepted a GS6 position in Tampa. So what we're going to do to set the pay? To set the pay and identify the action, we're going to convert the annual salary, that is $19.92 times 2087, and that will give me a sum of 41,573, which is the annual salary for that position. So since we have an annual salary of 41,573 that falls in GS6 Step 1, pay is set at GS6 Step 1. is a promotion. Why? Because the annual salary of Julia was $41,573, which is lower than the GS6 Step 1 of $42,022. Now we have another example. Rob is a WG8 Step 5 employee in Tampa. He has accepted a GS5 position in Tampa. So let's work with the pay setting. Annual salary of Mr. Rob, since he has earned $26.12 an hour, times 2087 is equal to 54,512. So when we look in the table, he's accepted a GS5 position, but the GS5 only goes all the way up to $49,009. So the pay will be set at GS5 Step 10, and the action is going to be changed to lower grade, since he's going to be getting less money than in the previous position. In summary, it is important to understand that representative rates are not looked at when an employee moves from the federal wage system to the general schedule. When moving from FWS to GS, pay is set using GS pay setting rules. Then, after pay is set, the action, promotion, change to lower grade, reassignment, is identified. It is also important to remember that the two-step promotion rule does not apply when an employee moves from FWS to GS. This rule only applies to promotion within the general schedule. Let's do a little knowledge check. Question number 1. What are the two places that we can find the GS pay tables? Number 1, OPM. Number 2, OCHCO website. Question number 2. What are the three actions that may occur when moving from FWS to GS? Promotion, change to lower grade, or reassignment. Question number 3. How do we convert the hourly rate pay from the FWS to an annual rate of pay? The hourly rate is multiplied by 2087, which is the number of hours in a work year. This determines the annual rate. For reference, please visit Office of the Chief Human Capital Officer Compensation SharePoint, VA Handbook 5007, OPM Salaries and Wages, and 5 Code of Federal Regulations CFR. For questions, contact your local SBU office. Thanks.